Every superhero should have their own theme song, don't you think? I do. That is mine. Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Mike Mongo's Astronaut Adventure. I forgot to write the name. Mike Mongo's Astronaut Adventures. Pow, pow, pow. Pow, pow, pow. So guess what we get to do? We get to write it together. You know how much I love writing. I love writing letters. And we're going to be working on letters today, not just letters, but remember how, so I practiced letter writing, actual writing the letters that make words. And then last week we wrote a letter to Jim Bridenstine, who is the administrator of NASA. And we wrote a letter to the administrator of NASA. I hope you wrote your letter. If you didn't, don't worry. We got all the time in the world. It is quarantine. It is the world's very first united spaceship training mission. I hope you named your spaceship. Don't worry, you got time to do that too. We're gonna be here for a while. So welcome to Spaceship Studio, because that is the name of this is where I shelter safely in spaceship quarantine, in Spaceship Studio during our spaceship training mission we call quarantine. Pow, pow, pow. So today is an awesome day. I'll tell you why. Here it is. Oh, hello, Kimball. Got our little robot here with us. Today is an awesome day because it is the very, 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 very first Fantastic Friday. And you all came up with this idea last week. Super excited about this idea. The idea is that there's all this stuff that you ask me about all the time. Just crazy questions that come out of nowhere because your brains are always working. Young brains working well. I like to hear that. Oh, I gotta switch glasses real quick. Watch this. I got these glasses on. These are the wrong ones. Hold on. These are the ones. Oh, there we go. I created an agenda. An agenda. This is the way that the show is gonna run today. An agenda. A-G-E-N-D-A. A-G-E-N, like age, A-G-E-N-D-A. Agenda. Agenda. And that is the list of what we're going to be working on today. So as you can see, the very first thing on our list today, the very first thing should be, we should write the name of what we're doing. Are the astronaut here? Nice to meet you. I have lots of friends who are astronauts. It says reconnected. It says reconnected. I'm looking over here. I hope it's live. Is it live? Is this thing on? Testing, 1, 2, 3. Is this thing on? Looks like we had a technical difficulty. Don't worry, we'll fix it in post. We'll fix it in post. That's what we're in Los Angeles, and that's something that people say all the time. We'll fix it in post. What they mean is we'll fix it in post-production. So in order to be one of the students that gets to live, work, and play in space, you get to listen to your parents, listen to your guardians, listen to your people. Hopefully they're not too outrageous. They don't have you eat rocks or anything like that. You're a bad kid. You must eat rocks or whatever. Rock candy's good. You get to listen to your parents when they say, hey, would you do the dishes? Or hey, will you clean up your room? These are the things that if you want to be one of the first kids in space, you get to do. It's super simple. Pow, pow, pow. All right? All right. So like I was saying, when I was you and my mom would ask me to do dishes, it would drive me crazy. I was like, Mom, I don't want to do dishes. Mom, why? Why, Mom? Why? Maybe because she washed dishes for me for all that time before I learned how to wash dishes, which was years. So once I got into it, I got to do whatever I wanted to do while we were washing dishes, while I was washing dishes. Sometimes she did it with me. Sometimes I did it myself. Sometimes I did it with my brothers and sisters. And I learned a lot by washing dishes. I want you to know that every single astronaut who has ever been to space is excellent at washing dishes. This is a little known truth. I don't know why we don't talk about it. So if you want to be a kid astronaut, you get to be good at washing dishes. The person I know who's in the lead, Alyssa Carson, to be an astronaut, she speaks 4 languages. She plays soccer. She knows how to sell cakes, for cake cake sales to make money to do trips for herself. She is a Girl Scout. She does all her homework. She does our homework like crazy. And now she's 19. I've noticed since she was 13. She's 19. This is the last year for her to possibly be the first kid in space because she would still be a teenager, the first teenager in space. 18 is really a grown-up, but 19 is still a teenager. Can you imagine being the first teenager in space? Pow. All right, so that's a lot of information. Lot. Wrap your head around it. Explain it to the grown-ups in the room because your mind is young and flexible. It moves fast, all right? I'm moving fast. I'm moving fast with your mind. We're going to write letters. I love writing letters. So I'm going to put Gimbal down, Gimbal the robot. Gimbal is here to help us all. Look what Gimbal does, like pow. Yeah, so check it out. Like I said, I love writing letters. And so I said today I'm gonna do this in front of you. Because I want you to know how important this is. I want you to know how important this is. This is a little gift from me to you. All right? All right. Here we go. The first one, Mike Mongo. I do this in cursive because I got to learn how to do cursive. Look how fast I do that. Look how fast that is. That is crazy. Hey, let's make some more critical competitive adjustments here. All right, Mike Mongo. All right, and then apostrophe S. Got it? Mike Mongos. And then this part right here. Look at that A. Woo! S-T-R-O-N-A-U-T. Astronaut. And then adventures. A-D. I try to get that line in between so I don't tap into the G right there. I don't like to run over the letters. And then V, nice letter. N-T-U-R-E-S. Mike Mongo's Astronaut Adventures. Look, it's official now. This is really a show. Can you believe it? It's live. It's happening live. And you're here now. All right, so like I said, we got an agenda. First one, I put socks first, but our right name was so let's do socks. You ready to see socks? This is one of my favorite parts about being a grown-up. Absolutely, no questions asked. No questions asked. No questions asked over here. I love these. This is one of my favorite things about being a grown-up. Check it out. This is kind of my Bernie Sanders impersonation. Not really, but kind of could be. What? Who knows? All right, look at this. As a grown-up, you get to pick your own socks. Look at this. Look. I bought these. I bought my Dexter Lab socks. I got 2 of them. One for both legs. How cool is that? And look at this. This is awesome. I mean, like, this sock is just like really a good sock. Here, I'm so committed to this process that I will untie my shoelace and then show you the other part of the sock. Look how great that is. Come on. How great is that? That is seriously one of the best parts about being a grown-up is getting to buy your own socks, your own clothes, your own stuff. Like I earned the money to do it. Trust me, like I'm paying for it. But that's like, isn't that what money is for? To buy Dexter's Laboratory socks? I think so. So that's what I want to let you know that another good reason to accept responsibility to do these things that, like, when people ask us to do stuff, we get to do stuff like buy our own socks. We get to spend our own money. We get to make our own money. These are astronautical skills. Facts. All right, so check it out. Let's see over here. Agenda. How we doing? Socks. Got to knock down. Right name. Mail letter. Lights. Fantastic Friday. Whew. Let me show you this. All right, I'm gonna flip the screen for this. Spaceship Studio. Not Spaceship Studio, Spaceship Studio. Okay, I think that every episode, I'll try and do something cool, but this is super cool. Watch this. Look at that. It actually goes really crazy. Watch this. Boom, if I push this button. Oh, how awesome is that? Another great thing about being a grown-up, you can buy stuff. Like how cool is, look how good that looks. Hold on, let's see. Oh, the lights aren't even on in here. Okay, here, let me turn off this light. And then I'll turn off this one. And then we'll look at it together. Not bad, huh? Wow, that looks good. I love it. And then I put on my favorite color, which is at this time blue. But I want you to know, it could also be purple. I like purple too, watch. Like, it's not that much different, but it kind of is. Blue, purple, blue, purple, blue. Outrageous. What a future. In the future, you can get whiteboards and socks and stuff. Look, here's the back of the, this is behind the scenes. Behind the scenes is really cool too, because behind the scenes with astronauts know about rockets. Astronauts know about the stuff, how rockets work. Like I can adjust how the color of this light, I think. That's the dimmer. Ooh, that's cool. And then this is from blue to yellow. You know, just to change the tone, make it good. I don't remember where it was, but that will do. Watch this, Bucka, Bucka. Bucka. And here's the remote control for my lights. Remote control lights. What a future. Amazing. So look, agenda, where we at? Lights, Fantastic Friday. Mail letter, fantastic. Mail letter, Fantastic Friday. Mail letter, Fantastic Friday. Oh yeah, by the way, this show was brought to you by coffee. Once again, this time, holy smokes, people bought me some coffees. I want to say thank you to Tatiana Johnson for becoming a Patreon subscriber. That was very cool. I also want to say thank you to Will Hernandez, who bought me a really good cup of coffee. He went to MikeMongo.com, pressed buy Mike a coffee, and then boom, that's how that happened. That's what pays for how this whole thing is paid for. Mike Mongo's Astronaut Adventure is coffee powered. And so students, I give you authority to enroll the grown-ups around you to buy me a cup of coffee, okay? So just send them to MikeMongo.com, press buy Mike a cup of coffee, buy Mike a coffee, not a cup, whatever, buy Mike a coffee. And then there's all kinds of opportunities to do that. This show is sponsored by Buy Mike a Coffee. Thank you. All right, so we got that covered. Fantastic Friday, lights, mail letter. I'm so excited about this. Remember the letter that we wrote to Jim Bridenstine last week? If you didn't, you can look in, there's gonna be show notes. I should have wrote that down. You can look in the show notes after the show and it has all the information about stuff. So here's the letter that I wrote to Jim Bridenstine last time. April 22nd, 2020, so today's the 24th. This was 2 days ago. Dear Jim Bridenstine, that's the director of administrator of NASA. First of all, let me say hello and introduce myself. My name is Mike Mongo. I am a 55-year-old person who gets to work with students, in the USA and around the world. Totally around the world. I got a surprise about that later. My job is to encourage students to pursue careers in space. Pow, pow, pow. I would like to be an astronaut teacher in space. How about that? Do you have any advice? Thank you very much, Mike Mongo. There it is. All right. So the reason I wrote that letter is to show you that you as a student can write a letter to any grown-up in the world, any person, anybody that inspires you. You can write it to a college president. You can write it, you want to go to a particular college? Write a letter to the president of the college and let them know you want to do that. As a student, you get to enroll a grown-up in this process. A lot of students are like, I don't even know how to send a letter. Which is why we're doing this. So you write the letter, take a couple times, ask a question, engage with the person you're writing the letter to. Don't just tell them that they're awesome. Dear Nick Jonas, this is Mike Mongo. You're amazing. Thank you. No, you write a letter like if you're gonna write a letter to Nick Jonas, for instance, like that way, whatever, he's cool. Dear Nick, this is Mike Mongo. First of all, thank you for your contributions to everything. You're a very musical person, period. I was wondering, would you be interested in going to space? If so, why? Question mark, question mark. Thank you, keep up the good work, Mike Mongo. That's just off the top of my head, okay? Another letter could be like this, let's see. Who else would I write a letter to that is really inspiring, is really inspiring to me? What is the guy's name from, The Expanse. Have you seen that show? It's kind of a very sciencey show on. It's like a science fiction show. Cas Expanse. Let's look at his. He's an actor. So Cas Anvar. Yeah. So I talked to him the other day here in Los Angeles, and he's a super cool guy. He's really into making sure that the world is in good shape for you in the future. So we're working on climate change and stuff like that. For instance, so let's say I wrote Cas Anvar a letter from the Expanse and say, Cas, I was wondering, how can I help to make the world a better place with regards to climate change? What contribution can I make to making climate change go away or making the world cool down a little bit? For instance, this is off the top of my head. I'm making it up as I go along. Or, you know what? If I was you, holy smokes, this is what I would do. I would write a letter to Jim Bridenstine, the administrator of NASA, unless you're like Cas Anvar in The Expanse, or Nick Jonas, or, Beyonce is like amazing human being. Also Oprah. You probably don't know who that is, but Oprah is amazing also. There's all these amazing people. Figure out an amazing person and write a letter as a student, not as a grown-up, as a student. And here's the thing. We grown-ups will almost always respond to students who write to us. It is not the same for us as grown-ups. This is a special kids-only superpower. You write a letter to a grown-up and they almost certainly will reply. And so that's what we've been doing. And I don't know that you have done this a lot. We've changed. We do a lot of email. We do messaging, DMs. Slide it in my DMs. I got a lot of questions on Instagram. Mike Mongo, astronaut teacher on Instagram. And so I'm showing you how to write a letter because they're going to write you back. You're going to create a relationship, and that may be the first kid in space. Now, as a grown-up, isn't it my job to do that? Shouldn't it be my responsibility? So when you're a grown-up, you're going to do the same thing for the kids that come behind you. So that's what I'm doing with you right now. You. Yes, you. So check it out. Look what I got. Okay, we're gonna do some gimbaling here. Gimbal, you're back in the game. I'm flipping you around, Gimbal. Pucka. All right, thanks, Gimbal. Now we go down here. That was that way. Oh yeah, I did it wrong. But I can do it right. Oh, I can do it like this. Pucka. Got it. And then like this. How do I do it? Right. Like that. Okay. Gimbal, can I get some of this, please? Oh, I got to do it manually. All right, that'll do. Here's my letter. Got it? I got it folded nice. Look, it's ready to go. Oh, you're going to like this. Check this out. These are stamps. Oh, wait till you see what we're doing with this. You're going to like this. Watch this. All right, so I got a box of stamps. You can get them at a drugstore. You can have Amazon deliver them. You can call the post. You can do the United States Postal Service. This is why we have a postal service. Thank goodness for the Postal Service. I'm a giant fan of mailmen and mail women and mail dogs and the whole deal. I love mail people, and I love the United States Postal Service, USPS. They bring us all kinds of cool stuff. You ever get a letter from somebody that you care about, like an aunt or an uncle or a grandparent, or even a mom or dad? What if your mom or dad's in the military? If your mom or dad is in the military, I know you have got a letter. Are you following me? Well, these are security envelopes. That's why it's so hard to get into. Okay. We're in. Check it out. Look at that. So this is cool. I got a special kind of envelope. Like they got these new kinds of envelopes. Where do I put this right here? Sure, why not? Okay. Look. Envelope. Watch this. This is high technology. This is pretty intense stuff. Get ready. Okay, so first of all, we got to write the address on there. This is and if you look in the show notes, you'll find that I put the address for Jim Bridenstine. You can write your own letter to the director of NASA, to the administrator of NASA. I have given you that opportunity by putting the address in the show notes. So you can look in the show notes and you'll be able to find the address for Jim Bridenstine, Administrator of NASA. I'm finding it right now, and then we're going to write it down. Let's see. All right, so that's that. Where is the, oh, here it is. Got it. Located. Look, pen. So, okay. This is my book, The Astronaut Instruction Manual. Yeah, remember that? I wrote the book, The Astronaut Instruction Manual. Check it out. You know how I wrote it? Here's how you know I wrote it. Oh, look at this, look. See, they're similar. You're gonna, this one's showing up in a second. You'll find out why. There's me, Mike Mongo, Astronaut Instruction Manual. You can get this online, Amazon, or just send me an email and I'll send you a copy. PDF, you can read it on your tablet, because I'm cool like that. Okay, so here we go. This is big stuff. I'm shaking, I'm not even kidding. I'm writing a letter to the administrator of NASA. This is so great. And I know him, we email each other, but a letter is a whole different thing. Jim Bridenstine is gonna be remembered as one of the best administrators of NASA we've ever had. Took over at a difficult time, making space for everybody so that there's a place for everybody at NASA. Doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what your background is, as long as you're awesome, you're welcome. And that, so it's office of, and that is why I love Jim Bridenstine. Office of the Administrator. How cool is that? Administrator of NASA. We're on my desk that I made from cardboard because admin, whoops. Look, how about that for a quick, look at that. Admin is Strator. Yeah, pay attention, Strator. And don't have your parents fill this out. You're on your way to becoming one of the first kids astronauts. You get to do it. So attention, this is ATN. We're going to shortcut attention. So we're going to write ATN, ATTN. That's how I draw two T's. I like it. Attention, ATTN. Jim Bridenstine. How cool is that? Great name. This is like a famous name, Bridenstine. It would be kind of fun to grow up with a name like Bridenstine. Mongo is going to grow up with too, for the record, just so we're all clear. And because NASA's so big, you just have to write NASA. You get to write NASA headquarters. I'm thinking of like the Avengers headquarters, or the Justice League of America headquarters. NASA headquarters. And then the last thing is the city. It's in Washington, D.C., which is an interesting place. It's like a city and a state in a way. Washington, D.C., that's the District of Columbia. And then, that's my comma. And then the zip code. Zip code is the number that allows postal workers to track down where it goes. We match places with numbers, and it makes it really easy to go fast when we're delivering letters. So usually it's just 5 numbers, but this one has an extra number. 0001. Okay, that's that. That's how, see, now I've addressed, that's called addressing the envelope. The next thing that I'm gonna do is put my own address on there. So, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just put it right here. Mike. Mongo. Now you put your full address. I'm just going to put a little shortcut. Okay. Mike Mongo. And then I'm going to put Los Angeles. Sounds like a meteor shower here at Spaceship Studio. And then 91423. Okay, so that's what I would put, and that's going to be an addressed envelope. That's what it looks like. See, the part you put down is on the other side, just like this. If you did it backwards like this, it would be all right. Like if you wrote it upside down or right side up, but usually you put it like that, and then the sleeve is on the other side. Now check this out. This is one of my favorite parts. Letter goes in the envelope. You may have never done this before, honestly. You probably did with a card. or Valentine or something. Christmas card, holiday card, Hanukkah card, Kwanzaa card, Gophers, Groundhog Day card, July 4th card, Halloween card, birthday card, and that's how that works. This is an old style letter. This is how we used to do it. See this? This is called gum or glue. It's just, and how it works is, here, I'm gonna bring you up a notch. Let's bring it up here. No, over here, gimbal. Come on. All right, I'm gonna Bucka. Watch, Bucka. All right, so you take the envelope and you do this. No, I'm not even kidding, you really do this. You lick the gum. It's not great tasting. Sometimes they make it good tasting, but this is nothing to write home about. Write home. The flavor was nothing to write home about. And that is an addressed envelope. It's addressed and sealed. Look, like honestly. So we have these new envelopes that they just they're self-adhesive. Here in the future, we use self-adhesive, but this is the real thing. I want you to know how we did it. So like that dries pretty quick, you know, and I'll put it in the sun because it is the time of coronavirus. Like here's what I'll do. I'll put it in the sun. I'm gonna set it over here and I'm just gonna let it set right there. Bucka. Right there. I'm gonna let it set right here in the sun, and the sun's gonna dry it. Okay, cool. And I mean, I'm gonna pick it up now just so, but this is where you can put it, sun will dry it quick, and it's actually sealed. The glue's already stuck. So, we go back over here, and this is my favorite part. There's so many favorite parts. We're mailing a letter. And then you take the pine cone and you put it right here, and that's how you mail a letter. No, just kidding. Isn't that cool? I think that a pine cone would make, speaking of Fantastic Friday, this would be a great spaceship. Like, what if all of these were individual spaceships and they all came together to form one giant spaceship so that everybody could share the space? Pretty cool idea, huh? My friend, Dr. Rachel Armstrong, she is what's called a living architect, and she is the one that got me to look at things in ways that they could be. I think that students do that automatically a lot. Like this would be the best spaceship, but imagine at the size of like the moon. And these are really big spaceships that all come together. So cool. And then like an elevator in the middle and all kinds of stuff. I like it. So these are stamps. They're self-adhesive. They come off, they come right off. These were so cool, I had to get 2 sheets of them. Like this just came out, first moon landing, because it is the 50th anniversary of the first moon landing. And so we put out, the United States Postal Service put out these amazing reflective cool stamps. How great are those? So, but I want to show you, you can get stamps to match anything that you like. When I was I used to be really into Hot Wheels. Look how great these are. These are stamps. Look at that, Rocket Bye Baby. That's a space stamp. And because I'm the kind of person I am, look, it's Muppet Sesame Street stamps. Sesame Street stamps. Oh gosh, I love them. I love them so much. They're so incredible. Wow. Elmo has his own stamp, has their own stamp. Like, look at that. Grover is sort of my favorite, I have to say. The count. 1, 2, 3. Ha, 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 ha. And then Bert and Ernie, best friends for life, BFF. They're together forever. Cookie Monster. There's a Cookie Monster in all of us. And Big Bird. I mean, Snuffleupagus and Big Bird. Oh, wow. My friends. My friends. Look how great that stamp is. So this is why it's so fun to mail letters. So I'm not sure if I should use, which stamp should I use? I mean, like, obviously, I should use an astronaut stamp for the director of NASA, right? So it only takes 1 stamp. It goes on here, watch. I'm gonna take off this one right here. It comes right off. It's like a sticker. You gotta get the line. here in extraterrestrial. Look. And then you take it like that. It's just like a sticker. And then you put it right there. Look how cool that is. And now it's ready to mail. And look, that's already dried. See how fast that goes? So, like I said, I got this great sticker right here. Where is it? Oh, wow. Look. I mean, Jim Bridenstine, administrator of NASA. I'm going to put a sticker on his envelope because I can. Like, it's cool to decorate stuff like that. It means you care. It makes my letter stand out. Look how great that letter is. Wow. We're mailing a letter, and you can too, and you should, as a student, mail a letter to the administrator of NASA. Just like that. That's how you do it. This is signed, sealed, and delivered. I'll put this in the mailbox today. They'll pick it up and then take it there. That's all I had to do to get a letter to the administrator of NASA. I guarantee you that Jim Bridenstine is going to write a letter back to me. And then I'll have that forever. You can do this. You have to do this. Enroll a grown-up and they will help you do this, okay? We're all on the same page? And that, my friends, is how to write a letter. Now you know how to do it. Wow. I mean, is this show a great value or what? Is this worth every penny? Oh, wow. Yes. By the way, a reminder to students out there, enroll your parents. Buy me a cup of coffee. MikeMongo.com. It's a great show or what? You just mailed a letter to the administrator of NASA. That's happening. It's quarantine. You're at home. There's not really anything going on. You're doing your online studies. You got work packs to fill out. You're reading. You're streaming. You stay in the yard. You're not interacting with anybody. Make use of this time. Human air, person who's going to live, work, and play in space. Remember, that's what the next generation of astronauts are called. Human heirs. That's you. And you're going to have this letter when you grow up that you wrote, that the administrator of NASA wrote you back. I'm going to show, I got another one next week. I really do have another awesome one that is similar to this, but different. But this is what you get to do, okay? So knock it out. Now, let's get back to our agenda. Gimbal's got a little issue right here. Let's see, what's on the agenda? If I turn it this way. Socks, that's off the list. Right name, that's off the list. Mail letter, off the list. Fantastic Friday. The very first Fantastic Friday, first one. Lights, that's off the letter. Fantastic Friday, let's get right into it. Holy smokes, we wrote a letter to the director of NASA. I'm still just like, this is the greatest day ever. Girls, boys, talls, shorts, skinnies, heavies, light skins, dark skins, riches, poors, fasts, slows, browns, blondes, blues, greens. Write your letter to the director of NASA. Okay? This is Mike Mongo, astronaut teacher. I'm giving you permission. I give you permission to write a letter to the administrator of NASA, and they're going to write you a letter back. Woo! Check out the show notes for their address, okay? All right, here we go. All right, now it's Fantastic Friday. Fantastic Friday. What's Fantastic Friday? Fantastic Friday is cool because, Fantastic Friday, folks. I get these questions from students all the time, about extraterrestrials, about starships, about extraterrestrials. Holy smokes, that's a big one. And part of it is because YouTube has got us looking at everything. Anytime that YouTube sees that we like something, YouTube feeds it back to us. So when you click on a video or press like or subscribe on a video, oh, by the way, subscribe to Mike Mongo's Astronaut Adventures. Pow. When you do that, YouTube sees that you like something and it starts feeding you that information. So if you start liking space stuff, YouTube's going to start feeding you space stuff. Got it? That's how that works. Got a little gimbal dancing going on over here. What about over here, gimbal? What about over here, gimbal? What about over here, gimbal? Gimbal. There you are. Okay, so Fantastic Friday is all the stuff that you all ask me all the time. And today I'm going to talk about, I wrote down a list, look, on the agenda. Speed of light, one of my all-time favorite, coolest things ever. The extraterrestrials. Secrets versus truth. This is what we're talking about today, okay? Just like, we're going to touch on it. It's like, it's not going to be, like, I just want to give you some information. So it's going to be fantastic. You're going to have some information here that is life-changing. Life-changing. You're going to carry this with you for the rest of your life. And let's get started. All right, so gimbal me up, gimbal. Love the gimbals. Okay. Red, blue. For the speed of light, I'm gonna go blue. Speed of light. What is the speed of light? The speed of light is the speed that everything can go in the universe. It is as fast as it goes. This is it. It doesn't go any faster. Nothing. Zero faster than speed of light. It is the speed limit for the speed of light. Watch. Speed. This is the speed. This is how fast light moves. Speed of light. How fast? See the light that's on me right now? It from the light bulb to right here. Wait, why y'all down there? Come on up here. From the light bulb to down there, it's traveling. It's radiating from the light bulb over there, and it's hitting me, and it's reflecting, and you're seeing me. It's putting a little light on my face. Light, lux. And the speed of light. Light moves. Light travels. Light is radiation, zoom, going over here, reflecting, and our eyes have sensors in our eyes that pick up light, that radiation, that spectrum of radiation. Not all spectrums of radiation. We see light. We're developed to do this. And this radiation moves at a certain speed throughout the universe. Like, what if there's some stuff that we don't see that we don't even know about? That is possible. And you might be a person that discovers it. Did you know the person who invented television was 14? Created television. Philo Farnsworth. You can look in the show notes. You can Google it. Philo, Philo, Philo Farnsworth. And they invented television when they were 14. Pow. So, speed of light. This is how fast. The fastest anything moves in the universe is the speed of light. That's it. That's how it goes. And what is that speed? So, Liz, even just saying that to you, it sounds like with the speed of light, I don't get it. What do you mean light moves? Light is energy, and it travels across what we call space. So like I turn on a light bulb right here. I got a light bulb. These cool little light bulbs, look how cool that is. I found these are awesome. I think they're halogen. So turn this light bulb on, and when it radiates and we see it, so let's say I turn it on and it would come on my face. Oh, like the light's my face. I got a light that'll do this, watch. So, all right, see that light? So this light right here, I'm gonna turn it off real quick if I can figure out how to do that. Bucka. All right, how fast it turned off? That was the speed of light. How fast you stop seeing it, how fast it stopped it. And when I turn it on, I'm gonna click the button, and from the time light comes on till it hits my face, boom, that's the speed of light. It's a lot faster than 1 second. It's a lot faster than that. It is, the speed of light is this. This is the speed. All right, so I'm gonna write, I wrote the word speed of light in blue, but I'm gonna write the actual speed, how fast light travels across space in red. And it's because it's a big deal. Oof. Ooh-ha, ooh-ha, get your motor check. Here it is. Ready? 1, 8, 6, 0, 0, 0, 186,000, 186,000, 186,000 miles. You know how far a mile is, roughly, per, get ready for this, 186,000 miles per second. Second. 186 miles per second. 186,000. You knowing the speed of light makes you smarter than so many grown-ups. You can ask grown-ups, what's the speed of light? How fast is light? And they're like, why don't they know that? Why don't my fellow grown-ups know this thing? The speed of light is 186,000 miles per hour. Oh, it's Q&A time. Really? Okay, we'll get to that in a minute. I learned how to turn that off. 186,000 miles per second. That is the speed of light, 186,000 miles per second. Okay, so I figured out a way to communicate the speed of light to students just like you, so that you know exactly for the rest of the time how fast the speed of light is and how fast it moves, okay? So let's say you are, wherever you are. If I'm in Miami, Florida, no, if I'm in Los Angeles, for me to get from here to Disney World is gonna take roughly an hour. I mean, like, no one's going to Disney because it's coronavirus time, so everything's closed right now. But in the before times and in the after times, it's going to be different. So we'll see what happens in the future. But roughly from one place to another is an hour. To get to Los Angeles to San Francisco takes about 5 hours if you're driving. 5 hours. So how fast is that? So that's not 186,000 miles. That's like, let's Google it. How far is it, Los Angeles to? I'm Googling. Los Angeles to San Francisco. It is 5 hours, it's 6 hours. And it is, come on, 350 miles. 350 miles, and it takes 5 hours. Not at the speed of light, it doesn't. That's at regular human pace. At the speed of light, 186,000 miles, not 350 miles. Human beings go 350 miles in 6 hours. There's 5 hours and 57 minutes. So that's 6 hours. The speed of light, this is how fast the speed of light is. This is gonna blow your mind. And you get to know this for the rest of the time, and it's very exciting to me. So here I go. Laser, Mike, laser. Oh yeah, laser. If you shoot a laser beam from Earth to the moon, a strong laser. I've got a decent size laser. I've got a nice laser. I'll bring it out sometimes. But it only goes about 14 miles. That's how far. And it's still a pretty powerful laser. Like if you shine it at night, you can shine it up in the sky and see it very clearly. A strong laser, a good laser. I'll figure out how powerful. You shoot it from the Earth and you hit the moon, you turn it on and hit the moon, lasers travel at the speed of light. That's 186,000 miles per second. The moon is 240,000 miles away. This is how fast the speed of light is. To get from Earth to the moon, moving at the speed of light, it takes this long. 1, 2. 1, 2. Earth, moon. If we moved at the speed of light, that's how long it would take. 1, 2. 1, 2. I'm on Earth, now I'm on the moon. I'm on Earth, now I'm on the moon. I'm on Earth, speed of light, moon. Earth, speed of light, moon. I mean, that's fast, right? Imagine if we traveled that fast, we'd be dead, because like you couldn't just travel that fast. Anything, if you make things go fast suddenly, it flattens them. So for human beings, we could move at the speed of light, but we have to accelerate really slowly to get there. Hey, Gimbal, over here. So the speed of light is 186,000 miles per second. It is 240,000 miles to get to the moon. So it's less than a second and a half to get to the moon at the speed of light. If you shoot a strong laser from the Earth to the moon, it takes a second and a half. So you can ask a grown-up, I love these questions. It's good to know stuff that grown-ups need to know. You can ask a grown-up, person, parent, mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, uncle, aunt, tia, tio, Mr., Ms., how far away is the moon? They're like, I don't know. Yeah, ask parents. Teachers already know a ton of stuff. So, but you know, if you want to teach a teacher something, that's cool. The moon is 240,000. 240,000. 240,000. I remember these stuff like songs. 240,000. 240,000, 240,000 miles away from the Earth. So if you're moving at 186,000 miles per second, the speed of light, it takes a second and a half to get to the moon. You know how long it takes us as human beings to get to the moon? Remember the Apollo? Remember I showed you, I taped out what the Apollo command capsule looks like? It's taped right here. We're in our Apollo human capsule, our Apollo command capsule. It takes 3 days for us to travel to the moon. But at the speed of light, it takes a second and a half. You know how long it takes to get to the sun? You know how long it takes to get to Mars from Earth, moving at the speed of light? At the speed of light, 186,000 miles per second. It takes 7 minutes. That's 7 times 60. Wow, that's 420 seconds. 420 seconds at the speed of light. You know how long it takes us to get to Mars from Earth? 8 months. That's how fast the speed of light is, and that's how far away Mars is from Earth. You know how long it takes light to get from the sun to Earth? Because we get light from the sun? 8 minutes. I think 8 minutes and 19 seconds. That's how far away the sun is. Moving at 186,000 miles per second. 186,000 miles. We're at the moon, 1 at the moon, at the speed of light. Like, that's important. I didn't even get to touch on extraterrestrials, but I definitely want to do this. I got these questions. I'm looking at the time. I got time. We're good. I got these questions. You all sent me questions. Thank you. Q&A time. You heard the watch? Fantastic Friday. Wow, our very first one. There's so much information to talk about. It went by fast. We'll talk about extraterrestrials next time. So I got questions. From around the world. This is from Anish in Salem, India. Anish reached out on Instagram, Mike Mongo, an astronaut teacher, on IG, and DM'd me and had some questions. Now, I actually met Anish before. I've met Anish in person at the International Space Development Conference in Washington, D.C. In 2019. And so Anish DM'd me, and I let people know that I have some questions. I need questions, and students send me questions. And so Anish sent me a question. Here's what Anish sent me. Do I think aliens are real? That was like extraterrestrials. Look, it's on our agenda. This is like perfect question, Anish. Do I think aliens are real? Aliens, like are there extraterrestrials on other planets? Yeah, probably. It's a big universe. I mean, we can talk about that, like, for sure. Are there extraterrestrials here on Earth? Probably not. If there are, nobody knows about it, and they're just visiting secretly, just invisibly checking out Disney World or whatever. But that's it. Not really. No. Aliens here on Earth? No. Do I believe in aliens? I mean, do I believe in aliens? Like the big-headed ones with the eyes that sneak around? No. Do I believe in aliens as far as, are there extraterrestrials, people or species or creatures on other planets? Like in other solar systems, in other parts of the universe? Yeah, for sure. Why not? There's life here. If we're the only life in the universe, then we're a lot more valuable than anybody has ever imagined. And we should act a lot better. And we should probably act a lot better anyway. Did I write Anish asked me in Salem, India. And Salem, India, by the way, is famous for mangoes. And I'm from Key West, and Key West is famous for mangoes. I love mangoes. Did I write the astronaut instruction manual? That is a funny question, and absolutely I did. Holy smokes. Yes, look, astronaut instruction manual, Mike Mongo. Got my name on it. It's got an endorsement by the Deputy Administrator of NASA, Lori Garber, my friend. She's awesome. So, yeah, I wrote it. So that was Anish. I got another question. We got time. I'm looking at the time. We got time. Avinash in Hyderabad, India. Students from around the world send me questions. Folks, that's dope. I mean, that's like grown-up talk for cool. That's cool. Avinash in Hyderabad, another place in India. What are some of the best colleges where I can study to be an astronaut? What? Great question, Avinash. Avinash, check it out. Listen to this. Here's the thing about studying to be an astronaut. You don't study to be an astronaut per se. You study what you love doing and then bring that to astronautics. So that's why we have people who are teachers who go to space. We have people who are Krista Macaulay went on space shuttle. She came up with the saying, space is for everybody. I am an adherent to that. I believe in that. I say that to you and I let you know, and I run around the world and say, hey, student, you, say this, repeat after me. Space is for everybody. Did you just say it? Say it louder, I can't hear you. Space is for everybody. What? One more time. Space is for who? Got it. Space is for everybody. Krista McCauley. Yeah. So what are some of the best colleges where I can study to be an astronaut? Whatever you want to study. If you want to study plumbing, we're going to need plumbers in space. If you want to study chef, be a chef in space. Absolutely. Athlete, space athlete. If you're a great athlete and you're good at engineering, like my friend Leland Melvin, the astronaut, first, he played NFL before he became an astronaut. He's the only astronaut to have played NFL. Or my friend Dr. Mae Jemison, who is a doctor. Or my friend Sion Proctor, who is a geologist. So she's actually one of the people that taught me that you study what you love to become an astronaut. So Avinash, study what you love. Follow your passion. Your heart will never lead you astray. Never. Okay? Cool. Marites, my friend Marites in San Francisco. I've known Marites. Now, Marites is a grown-up. I've known Marites since I was at University of California, Berkeley. I was at Berkeley. I was hacking classes. So I was studying at Berkeley. I haven't actually attended Berkeley yet, but I'm still young. But I did get to study classes at Berkeley. And I was at Berkeley. And so Marites in San Francisco, what's your mailing address? That's a fair question. Like, what if you want to write me a letter? That's a great question. Okay, so I will come up with an answer for that next episode, Marites. Thank you for asking that. That's very kind. My friend David in Romania was going to send a question. Let's see if he sent a question. He said he was. Now I met David Nast. I met David at the International Space Development Conference, and I introduced him to Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, who owns Blue Origin and is the owner, wealthiest human in the world, and is the owner of Amazon. So I was there, Jeff Bezos was there, and there's this 14-year-old. So actually, I want you to be clear, David introduced himself to Jeff Bezos, and it's because I gave him permission. I said, if I was 14 and Jeff Bezos was in the room, I would make a point of introducing myself and getting a selfie. And he did. I'll share it one day, it's really good. So David sent me some questions. I'm gonna pick one, just because of time. This is a good one. How would we create gravity in outer space using a spaceship? David, that's an excellent question, and I'm sure a lot of students, and it is Fantastic Friday. So we would use something to, like, here's it's a conjecture. This is how we imagine we would create gravity, and it's a pretty good idea. So there's something called centripetal force, centripetal force, and that is that if you spin something, look, I'll do an illustration. Let's do it. Let's put the gimbal here at our speed of light. We'll just go over here. Let's see if we can get some balance. See if it doesn't fall over. Cool. So let's say we had a big, like a can in space. This is the side view. So, and then here's the center. And then we spin it. Okay? So this is spinning. Got it? It's spinning in space. This is really big. Think of it as really big. How big? Like this would be a horse. That little dot would be a horse. That's how big this is, okay? That dot, let's see, how can we make that dot a little smaller? That dot would be about a tiny bit smaller than that. Okay, that, tiny. So that would be, this is a cylinder in space. It's spinning on this axis. So the cap is gone over here, and there's a cap on the other side, and it's spinning. Got it? Spinning in space. It's spinning really fast, and what it's doing when it's spinning is it's throwing things outwardly. So anything inside, because it's spinning, is going to be thrown against this wall right here. And this is the force. Centripetal, I think it's spelled like this. Centripetal. Centripetal force. You can Google it. All right? Pray to God I spelled it right. And then pray to Google. Please, Google, spell centripetal for me. And so you would spin you out and you would create gravity that way. This is one of the ways that we theorize that we're going to create gravity in space. And that is our show. See you Monday. By the way, once again, enroll your parents, Mike Mongo, buy me a cup of coffee, and write your letter to Jim Bridenstine. I empower you to do that. I'm enrolling you to do that. Let me know. Send pictures. Tag me on IG, on Instagram, Mike Mongo's Astronaut, Mike Mongo Astronaut Teacher. I'm super easy to get a hold of. Send me questions. All right. In the words of my people, pow, pow, pow. Where's the button? There's more. But wait, there's more. Oh yeah, this is the secret part of the episode. Let's see. What would we do in the secret part of the episode? Now it's time to say goodbye to all our family. No, I can't sing that. It's copyrighted.